Imagine standing on a planet where waves once crashed against the shore, but today there's nothing except endless red dust. This is Mars. Vast oceans, possibly covering a huge portion of its surface. Scientists believe that billions of years ago, Mars wasn't the dry, lifeless place we see today. It had rivers, lakes, and even massive seas. Some estimates suggest that these oceans could have been as large as Earth's Arctic Ocean. But here's the mystery that still confuses scientists. If Mars had so much water, where did it all go? Let's start with the evidence, because this isn't just imagination. When spacecraft like the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter began mapping the Martian surface in high detail, they discovered something incredible, what appeared to be ancient shorelines. These look very similar to coastlines we see on Earth, long, curved boundaries that seem to mark where water once met land. Along with that, we found huge networks of dried-up river valleys stretching for thousands of kilometers, clearly carved by flowing water over long periods of time. Then there are deltas, places where rivers once emptied into larger bodies of water. One of the best examples has been explored by the Perseverance rover, which is currently studying an ancient lakebed. The patterns it found are almost identical to river deltas here on Earth. And it's not just shapes, the chemistry also tells a story. Minerals like clays and certain salts have been detected on Mars, and these only form in the presence of water. Even the Curiosity rover has confirmed that Mars once had conditions suitable for liquid water, and possibly even life. So the evidence is strong. Mars definitely had water, possibly a lot of it. But that brings us to the biggest question of all. Where did it disappear? One theory is that Mars simply lost its water to space. Billions of years ago, Mars had a thicker atmosphere which allowed liquid water to exist on its surface. But over time, something went wrong. Mars lost its magnetic field, the invisible shield that protects planets from the sun's radiation. Without this protection, the solar wind slowly stripped away the atmosphere, and as the atmosphere disappeared, the pressure dropped, making it impossible for water to remain liquid. It either evaporated into space or froze. This process has actually been studied by a mission called MAVEN, which is currently orbiting Mars and measuring how the solar wind continues to erode what's left of the atmosphere, even today. It's like watching a planet slowly lose its ability to support life. But not all the water is completely gone. Some of it is still there, just hidden. At the poles of Mars, there are Vishal ice caps made of frozen water. Beneath the surface, scientists believe there could be massive underground glaciers, possibly holding more water than all the lakes on Earth combined. There are even mysterious dark streaks that appear on Martian slopes during warmer seasons, which some scientists think could be caused by salty liquid water briefly flowing before freezing again. And this is where things get even more interesting. If Mars had stable water for millions of years, then it had one of the key ingredients for life. Microbial life similar to early life on Earth could have existed there. And if some water still remains underground, protected from radiation, then the possibility of life might not just belong to the past, it could still exist today. But despite all this, there are still unanswered questions. For example, some of the ancient shorelines on Mars are uneven, which doesn't make sense if they were formed by stable oceans. Scientists are still trying to understand why. Also, even after accounting for water lost to space and trapped in ice or rocks, a large portion of Mars's original water is still missing from our calculations. It's like pieces of a puzzle that just don't fit yet. And that's what makes Mars so fascinating. It's not just a dead planet, it's a mystery frozen in time, a world that once had the potential for life, but lost it somewhere along the way. And when we study Mars, we're not just learning about another planet, we're also learning about Earth, because it raises a powerful question. If Mars could lose its oceans, could something like that ever happen to our planet? If you found this interesting and want more mind-blowing mysteries of space and science, make sure to subscribe and stay curious.